from Tallinn's DevClub, and we now have quite interesting. I'm from Tallinn, for you guys who don't know. So I'm from Tallinn, and I'm very active also in helping with DevClubs for some years, and now we do. Now I'm focusing on Estonian, or now it's English DevClub. So it's English speaker for the English speaker speaking people there. So we have a lot of people from abroad, and we decided, okay, we have Russian speaking DevClub, and we have now English speaking, so that people from other countries can also join and can also be involved. And we had. Okay. Can I? Okay. Who doesn't understand Russian? So we have two guys. So should I continue in English? Okay. So let's continue in English. I just check. And. So we have very good events lately, and about topics what to talk. We now have quite long backlog about different topics. And last event, for example, in Russia, in Russian speaking DevClub, there were one team lead, quite hardcore programmer team lead, and he was introducing to the whole club about fighting on knives. So, so what does it mean to how? So he's dealing with this sports. It's a sport, and I've been explaining about law. What is the law about different kind of weapons? And that was very amusing, let's say this way. So what, for example, when you can bring a knife with you, what kind of knife? So for example, if you're a cook, so you can always walking around with knife. So that's how Estonian laws. But if you are not cook, so don't go with knife around. So that's that was interesting. But okay, so let's, my topic, I have to say that Edgar said that you should talk today, and he said that today at 12. So I'm coming to you straight with things and ideas what I'm normally talking to others. So it's not something that I figure out, but it's just what I do. And I thought that one thing what is very important, and this is very related to the UX. So you guys who came for the UX topic, so you will get more today. And also, of course, it's more about product management. And product management, so what is the product, how to be successful with your product. And why it is important for me personally, and I also know a lot of people that what motivates you guys to come to work? What motivates you?
Free beer.
Free beer. Okay. What else? I've been working at Skype, and there was a lunch. Not only lunches, but you could come in the morning, lunch, and then dinner, and so on. So always open, so you can eat and drink and whatever you want to. Yes.
The work that is interesting.
The work that is interesting. Okay. Good. So you learn many things, and you always developing yourself. Something else.
The work that is challenging.
Challenges, yes. Ideas. What else? Money. Of course, money. Money is crucial. Money is important. You need to have a lot of money, or just enough of money to pay your bills and so on. Yes?
About the money, just to comment. At some point, the money becomes, you have plenty of money that it isn't the driver you are going to work for.
Yes.
You can choose probably in a city any position, and you will have enough money.
Exactly, and there is tons of researches showing that that at some point when you have too much of money, you are losing the whole interest into this work you are doing. And you are not efficient, so it's not working. You can check a lot of things on the internet and on TED, for example, videos. So, money is not important. Okay, challenges, at some point you will learn things, and challenges continue, of course, but it's not why we do things. And for me personally, and for a lot of technical guys I've been working with, for them it's very crucial to see how the product they building were used by real users, and most beneficial or valuable when they saying, wow, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, that is even more and even better. So that's the real motivator behind this working in IT, working with software development. So when you see that you do something meaningful, you do something important, but how to get there? And also I have seen that we can build a lot of things years that nobody will be using. And that is really kind of demotivating. So you don't like this to be in this situation when you're building stuff, you are putting tireless, no, not tireless, but sleepless nights and hard work, and then somebody is saying, okay, let's just drop it. Let's put it into the bin. So, how to avoid this? And I just a second. And I just show you one workshop that is very tightly related with the topic Yanis has been talking. So, but it's in a lot of slides or pictures will be in Estonian. But don't be scared, I will explain. So, okay, the story. We met with one team, and they said, okay, we have idea, we want to build a new product. We want to change things we do. We want to, and this is quite big Estonian telecom. So, Elion is the biggest. And they said, okay, we want to switch our customers from calling to us to online, not service, but just help, so that they can see a lot of things on the internet, and they can solve their problems just on the internet. Why? Just because we want to cut costs. We want to reduce because it's very, 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 very expensive. Okay, good. So, and they said, okay, we had some ideas, good ideas, we have some metrics, what we want to achieve. But it seems somehow we already working with this topic for months, and we are not moving anywhere. So we said, okay, let's do this way. Let's gather all together. So how it was done before, there were one analyst, and he been moving around and asking from different people questions, what we want to build. And he couldn't put together the whole picture. So we decided, okay, let's do this way. Let's do, we heard about this workshop as collaborative product charter. David Hussman, if you don't know him, he's doing this. He came up with idea or put together. You can Google him. And we gathered together all developers for this product, or planned developers. We gathered together business people who were interested in this product. We put together also UX guys, designer, architects into one room. And we sat together and we said, okay, the goal is that we want to build the product as online support, or they call this different. It was called e-consultant. It was called, they call this project as e-consultant. And we said that, good, let's just sit together and, it's hard to get it now. And do first of all, we've been there in one day, and we said them that, okay guys, let's first say, what are your expectations? What are your expectations? And people said, and they wrote down, so it's in Estonian, but it's not important. Just we ask everyone, so what do you expect from these 2 days? What do you want to achieve? And now typically my question is, what is your nirvana state after these 2 days? And there was different expectation, and one guy say, okay, my nirvana would be that we will finish in 1 day. Okay, good. So we went further. And here is a fun part started. So first thing what we started, it was just, okay guys, what is the name of the product? And when you put together people who've been thinking about this, and it should be quite easy just to say, like, that's the problem, that's the product, that's the project. But I have to say that typically the hardest part is just to put together the name of the product. They're starting to argue with each other. They're really starting to argue, they're starting, okay, why this name? And we can spend 1 hour or half an hour on just talking about the name. But okay, and eventually we put something on there and we move further. Then there is next step, okay, but what are the dates we are talking about? And then we're discussing the dates, and again, it's very different approach and very different things, but it's going well. Okay, I need to find. I have some in English, but okay. So the next step. So here is the dates, and we're moving. Just nothing was written before everyone agreed. That's the rule of this workshop. So you cannot write anything on the flip chart on the wall before the whole room have agreement. And quite often somebody in the room just can steal this and just go for and just do it. Okay, I write something, and I need to stop it and say, okay, guys, let's have agreement. Let's first agree. Let's discuss really. Okay, the next thing is elevator statement. Who knows what is in the elevator statement? Yes. So it's a short phrase that should say everything about your product, so that your mom would understand what do you do, or your grandmother. And this is so hard. Again, this is one of the hardest things to do. So this first page, and so for you guys who don't know, I should show you, I think, something that will apply. No, I cannot show it. It's not my computer, so I cannot show it. But it's something like, for the customer who main need is, and you are writing the main need, but the first question, just the customer. Who is your customer? Who is customer you are working for? Do you know your customer? And what is important, customer or user? And then there is a good discussion happening. Okay, so what we should do, should we build for the user or should we build for the customer? And here is this triangle what Jan has been showing, that yes, it can be, it's quite easy to build for the customer who is paying, but who will not use it. And then you have a quite often situation when your product is unusable, but functionally works as was expected. Okay, and so on and so on. Okay, let's switch this this part because it's again in Estonian and in Estonian. Next thing, what was also mentioned in Yannis' presentation, was a goal. But you know what? It's his goal may be more related to the product. But when we are gathering together, we need to think about business. We do this for business. It's not just because we like to build a software or we want just to delight our customers. No, we want to delight our customers or users, and we want to get money, right? We want to get good money. So that means that we need to set the goals that every one of us really understand. And goals should be business-related goals, not just product-related goals, but also what is the business we are dealing with. So what we want to achieve, how many customers we want to attract. And this book, I think is one of the most important books for the next decade or 10 years, so that you should read through. It's good reading. You can read it in, if you're a good reader, fast reader, so in 2 hours. Okay, 4 hours. A lot of stories and a lot of examples, and you just go through, and you have you have enough to go forward. So this book is talking that we need to set goals and small enough to deliver and start measuring. Why we need to measure? And that's why we're putting also some metrics there. There is a numbers, is a metrics, goals and metrics. Why? Because this will help us to understand, do we make the right product? Do we create the right thing? So we're setting goals and we're setting metrics. Again, one of the hardest part. And one more thing that is important, this one, we are calling this community. So how this was created? So there is three circles. One circle is a manager, managers. So here is a managers. You can see managers. So one circle is a client. And the third one is a developer. So can you see something? What is wrong in this picture? You can see picture. Okay, good. You know what? Here's the picture. Does it help? Is it helping? So what is wrong? Okay, so again, managers, clients, developers.
Only one guy is talking with all of them.
So one guy where?
In the middle.
In the middle, here.
Yeah, only one guy is talking with all sides.
Here, this one. Right? Too little space in the middle. And what do you think, what this picture is showing to us when we... What does it mean that too many people in the middle? Or too less space in the middle?
The developer that doesn't know
but if you think more, okay, so everyone...
It's too noisy.
Noisy, but noisy why? Why it is noisy?
That means that, for instance, if we put 3 languages,
Yes?
for instance, Latvian, Russian, English,
Okay.
then only in the middle could be who knows 3 languages.
Okay, this is interesting metaphor. I should think about that, but yes, true. But more important that all these 3, so if we are putting, and they've been putting all together, trying to put in the middle, and that means that they want to drive everything. So people who've been there in this room, how many developers?
Lots of them.
Yeah, oh, guys, yes, good for you. Good for you. But I'm here in this story. So who was developer in this? So only one. There was how many managers?
6 of them.
Not so much. Here it wasn't any managers. How many clients? Not so much. So all these guys who've been there in this room, they had good idea, but they haven't management support. There wasn't manager in the room, real manager sitting and interested in business results, and they doesn't know nothing about the client needs. They just thoughts. They had some ideas, thoughts, and things that they wanted to achieve. And they all together thought that, okay, that's the right thing. So, and this is why this is important, because this is showing where are we. So if we have wrong people in the bus, so then there is a very small chances that we can get to the right place. So you need to find the right people into the bus when you are building your product. Right people, right setup. You need to have somebody from the customer side, or who knows the customer side the most. You need to have a lot developers and all other things. Okay, so that was one more. And one more thing what we needed to understand. So, okay, who is working in dedicated team building one product? Okay, so very few. And this was a big company, and this is big company. And we asked them, okay guys, what is your availability for this product? For this project? And everyone, okay, they again grabbed their pen and they write okay, also we asked skills. I need to write it down here. So it was skills, your name, skills, and how much time you can put into this project. And everyone came and wrote their name and also the position or how they helping in this project and how much time they can give. And what you can see here, so for example, this number, 2%. And this number, 15. Oh, this one, 8. UX. And can you see at least one with 100? No. Even developers who need to build it and analysts, only 50%. And when we put this just slide on the wall and everyone wrote it and we just discussed and reflected on what we got, they realized, they said, wow, now we understand that if we really want to achieve this goal, if we really want to build something important, then we will not get it. Same day, or even in this break, one of the lead managers for this project, they went to the management group and they said, guys, the situation is if we are not putting dedicated team, we will not getting this project done. And managers agreed and they got all needed resources to continue working on this project. So one slide, just one slide. Everyone put it. It took time, at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, then discussion. And it's helped us really to understand what is important and what is happening. Okay, when this was done, you heard about personas, right? Just enough. So I'm now introducing you personas. So the practical personas. And that was the next step. As we had a problem with the clients, you see, that we don't have any clients here. So what do we need? What we need as a developers?
Clients?
We need clients, exactly. We need clients to talk with. We need clients to ask questions. And pragmatic personas, that's the techniques. Pragmatic personas, you can Google. a lot of good books about that. And here's the pragmatic personas. Again, don't read this Estonian language, will not help you. But what help you, just to understand that this, so what we have here, so we can draw a picture of real user, we can give him a name, we will give some statistical information here. So how many of those guys, how old they are, is it man or woman, and so on and so on. So we're just writing down some statistics. We are adding here what he hates or what he loves, just in life. And for example, this Rain, 50 years old. So he hates any kind of technology. If he have a problem, first he will try to do this himself, but then later what he do? He is calling to his son, and son is solving his problems. That's the story, and now it's catchy. Now you understand. Okay, that's the guy, that's the client. And then we're setting also expectations. Okay, if he will come to our place, what he would expect from our product. And we all together in this group, putting and agreeing, discussing, not just writing one by one, but really agreeing that, okay, if that's the guy, and maybe you know even this kind of guy, then let's say what he would expect to say that's the problem, that's the product, that's the right thing. Okay, but that's not enough. We know Rain, but now we go further, and we're setting up next persona, and we're saying, okay, there is a Kevin, 25 years, the whole life in the internet, mobile phone, so only one button needs to be on the mobile phone, then he's happy. And then there is one more, Miley. She's sitting at home, she has kids, and she's not working, everything she wants to solve by the phone. She wants to call, she wants to talk. Because
she's lonely.
Lonely also, because the whole life is around the kids and nothing else, no people around. So if she calls someone, she will be happy. Okay, but again, what she needs are, and then there is a tarts. They suggested, oh, there is a tarts. Okay, who is this tarts? And only there is 2,000 of this kind of guys, and that's the geek guy. Geek guy who loves to try something out. He can set up his router. He can even hack someone's router. He's the one who is helping the different clients, and so on and so on. So we have again picture about this, and he's eager to see how the things are working. And when we have all these things, so here they are. And now miracle happens. What I'm seeing in the team. Miracle happens because everyone in the team now starting to talk. Okay, I know this Kevin. Yes, Kevin, or I know this Rain. And in a moment or this discussion, you know your customers, you know your users, at least, or you have assumption, as Lean Startup saying, or as a specification by example. The other great book is saying that you have assumptions that maybe that's the clients what I have. It's the best thing what you can have when you are sitting in your dark room and writing your code. At least you have some imaginary friends. You can talk with, yes?
At that point, you need help, professional.
Yes, I know that nobody is doing this, right? No? Yeah. Okay, so, but okay, let's see. Now you have also, I introduced those guys briefly, and you have a product from scratch, totally scratch. You don't have anything. But you have numbers. Okay, we have 2,000 of geeks, 25,000 of Kevins, and we have Rain, 50,000, and Miley, 37,000. So who we should build the product, at least in the first iteration, who we should aim, or who is the goal for us? Woman. Woman, Miley. Yeah, okay, woman, Miley.
Because 37,000 of lonely women who are calling all day, so main target.
37,000 of lonely women. Okay. Okay. Good, but okay, then it's hard to figure out, right? But that's why we need to use one more technique I want to introduce you. Okay, so we have also architecture. That was outcome of our first day. First day. Lot of paper, yes, one wall full of paper. But, okay, we started the next day. The same wall. And we asked, have you seen this picture? Do you know what is this picture? Who knows what is this picture? You know, okay, thank you. But not so much, okay. So I'm saying that, what is it? It's customer development, or it's crossing the chasm. Have you heard about this book, Jeffrey Moore? So the whole idea here that we product is starting from somewhere. Some number of people is grabbing the product, and then it's evolving, and at the end, only those guys who just need to take it, they are grabbing this product. So okay, now it was complicated. Let's make it simple. For example, so guys here is taking, at the end, is taking software into the usage. Software into the usage. Only if this software is hidden behind normal things, what they used to use. For example, car brakes. So, what is behind car brakes nowadays? What? Magic, yes. There is a magic. There is not a physical. There is a purely software. But why then? Why we are pushing with the pedals? Why not to use some buttons or something, or game stick? Because there is many people who are not ready to take it not any other way. So we need to hide software behind the normal physical things we used to. So those guys are laggards, skeptics. And they are taking on as a last resort. Guys here, and they are around 33% of market. So those guys are taking new product only if, how to say it? It's a shame not to use it. Everyone is using. Yes?
Or the company policies just show it in their flow.
No, maybe, yes. But majority, okay. So for example, touch phone. So only, if I'm not using, so I'm kind of weird. This kind of people, so they think that if I need to use it because others are using. And then here, guys, here, when they are starting using the product, only when somebody from their circle, the same guys as them, are starting using it. And also one more important thing, if on this product what we are offering to them, there is a IBM, Oracle, Whatever, Apple, yes, do you have Apple? Yes, Apple, so big names. When this product is offered by big names, and they are not ready to use anything that was not tested. Everything must be tested, everything. They are not ready to pay for testing, kind of. And those guys here, those are crazy guys. Crazy, they are ready just to experiment, they are ready to try out, and they have some visions, and they call it innovators and early adopters. And so if you put your real users on this curve, and you can see that Rain is here, Miley is here, Kevin, and then Tarts. And you know that it's just the first product, what you want to get the first thing, just the feedback as fast as possible. Then you now can see who you want to build this product to. Who is the... So you should start always with these innovators. Crazy guys, yes. Crazy guys who are ready to try things out, who are ready to see how it works, who are ready to test with you and give a feedback. So guys, and the same happened. And you know what? Business people were aiming on Miley, exactly on as you said. So they said, okay, if we are building this product, so we are building it for Miley. Why Miley? Because if we cover Miley, then we cover like 80% of our customers. But it's so wrong. And I'm seeing this day after day, meeting with business people, and they are again and again saying, okay, if we're building the product, so we want to cover this one. So please review, when you go home, just think to whom you are building your product, if it's from scratch, especially if you are in startup or you're just starting this. So, and you know what, the most important thing, one more thing that I just learned, it's not just about the product. No, it's not about the product. It's about the idea, spreading the idea, new ideas. So if you are building something innovative, something new, so what you are talking here is just how your idea, innovative idea, can spread around the world. That's the goal. It's not about the product, it's just idea. Idea working in a different way. And then we decided, okay, let's go with starts. There is more things. And we're starting with story mapping. We just said, okay, guys, so I'm finishing, 10 minutes more. And let's go through the whole day, his day. So Tarts, what does he need? What he wants to know, what he wants to use in our system. And we went through it with all the whole people all together, different steps, one by one. And this on top is a kind of bigger feature. And here is a story, shorter story, smaller story within this feature. And everyone agrees that that was the goal. And what is more important, okay, one more thing that they haven't figured out. They thought that, okay, yes, of course we know that everything goes mobile. But you know, if you remember, okay, let's go do this way. Who was the mobile user? Kevin. Good. You know users. Right. Only Kevin was mobile users. All others were just saying nothing about mobile. And if we're seeing this about this crossing the chasm, so you can see that Kevin was the next. So if we would not cover or been thinking architectural significant stories about next usage of Kevin, then we would not go to this point. And you can see that this starts. So here is a tarts, and what was he using? Mobile phone. So tarts, within the profile, we haven't thought about tarts as a mobile user. But with the help of Kevin, we understood that, okay, we now need to start building something on a mobile first. So we need to win this on the mobile. And we went the whole story through this mobile phone glasses. What he can really do on the mobile phone. And when we cover this story map, and you can see we also added this Moscow. Who knows what is Moscow? Must, should, could, would. So what is the must stories that we really need to offer to tarts to check, to validate that we are building the right thing? And all together we put this must, and that brought us to, okay, and because user experience guys were also in the same room, they started building this paper prototypes. Again, it's very linked to Yannis' story about grab the napkin and draw something. So the draw real prototypes on the paper. And also architects who've been in the room, they offered, because they understood what we want to build and why we're doing this, they offered new architecture. They worked out in 30 minutes only, in a small workshop they had together, 4 architects. They worked out totally new architecture covering the whole product. And they explain here how this should be working. So with the whole this blah, blah, blah. And at the end, and here, you don't see this line. But this is most significant line, I think, for this success. So all stories what are above this line belongs to MVP. Have you heard about MVP? Minimum viable product. So the product that is valuable enough for this user, tarts in our case, to give us feedback. And we agreed this, and that was set as the first and most important primary release. And we started building it, and the whole product was built, the beta version was built in 1 month, starting working, and that was quite, you can see that architecture is not very trivial. Oh, that wasn't very trivial, so it was quite sophisticated tool, because there is a lot of things happening on the background. So when you just first time calling or going to this application, or if I go just log in to this application, when I'm starting logging in, then on the background, because we know who is coming, all checks are happening. And when I'm logging in, I can see already all my connections and the status, how it is so seen on the Elion side. So I can see that Elion saying, okay, with this connection, everything should be working well, and your router is working well, and so on and so on. So a lot of information coming only when I'm just logged in already. And then I can just make restart, or do restart, or do whatever I want. And that's happened in 1 month for beta, and 2.5 months for live. And that's the beauty of collaborative product charter. So just sitting together, having this argument, discussing together, introducing clients, real users, their needs, and then having this team of people dedicated to achieve this goal. And you can really achieve it in a very short amount of time. And you can validate it, and you can start building it into the right direction. So that was it from my side. So that was the workshop what I went through. So it's many more was done, but this one just in the folder, in the right direction, in the right way. That's it. Any questions? Oh, it's dangerous. When there is no questions, then it's very dangerous. But okay, I'm here, so if you want to talk, then I'm ready to answer any
You
questions.
explained everything, so.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You also get your backpack for kids.
Yes.
Yeah, and,
Thanks.
and some other stuff from Cityco.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's do break for 10, maybe 15 minutes.